So if you've seen The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters, and are a huge fan of it like me, there is a follow-up coming on video on demand, as well as like Apple movies and Amazon and all that, on June 9th, which is Monday. And this movie is called Arcades and Love Songs, The Ballad of Walter Day. The movie isn't what you think it is. If you're expecting a fun time about people trying to get the highest arcade score that also has these sort of like existential themes of where you belong and all that other kind of stuff, you're not going to find it here. What you will find is a story about Walter Day. He was the guy in The King of Kong who was the person who ran Twin Galaxies Arcade. He ran the scoring. And the movie follows his music career, because if you saw The King of Kong, you found out that Walter wants to be a musician. And I don't want to say much about his musical talent, because I think it's kind of like rude to talk about it, especially since I interviewed Walter Day and Billy Mitchell. But I have to say that the movie is supposed to uplift you. It's supposed to make you feel good, but it just made me feel really depressed when I saw it. Because Walter is a guy who, he lives in like this tiny home. It almost looks like a mobile home. There's like boxes everywhere in his house, and he doesn't live a very good life because he spent most of his life helping other people. And that's what you should do. You should aspire to be like Walter and give a helping hand. But at the same time, you kind of have to help yourself and ensure that you have some kind of future. And I mean, I hope Walter's music career does well, but I don't think it's going to go very far. And the movie, it makes me feel old, because The King of Kong, I think, came out in like 2007, 2008. And this is several years later, and everyone looks a lot older. Surprisingly, Walter doesn't look much older, nor does Billy Mitchell. But like when you see Brian Koo, who was like one of the subjects in The King of Kong, he doesn't look bad, but he looks completely different. Even Steve Wiebe now, he's got like white hair, and the movie just kind of reminds you like, yeah, time goes fast. You live, you mostly probably won't accomplish your dreams, and you'll die. I mean, you can always accomplish your dreams to a certain method, but how many of us are really going to become famous, you know? We'd like to be, but that's not going to happen. So the movie, like it sort of ends on a very sweet note where Walter is having a little concert, and like all his friends show up and they support him, and it's about sort of how community and friendship, kinship, kindness, love, they're the things that bring us together, and they're the things that are important in life. And those are wonderful themes. It's just that the film feels kind of sloppy in its editing and slapped together, and it's not all that interesting or dynamic, and it misses all the charm that The King of Kong had. Now, granted, this is a completely different film, and even with that said, it's not like an amazing documentary. It's not something I can really recommend. So I ended up giving it 2.5 out of 4 Guinnesses on my website. You could check out the full written review at ypareviews.com. Interesting story, but yeah, it's not the best documentary. It's just kind of a downer when it's supposed to make you feel good. And I don't think that was the filmmaker's intention. So yeah, pretty disappointing, you know. If you want to feel good, see The King Kong. If you want to feel like crap, see the Arcades and Love Songs, The Ballad of Walter Day. Maybe you won't feel like crap, because here's the thing. I think a lot of people won't agree with me on this movie. I think they'll love the existential, they'll love the themes in the movie, and they'll probably love the sentimental note that it leaves us on, or like it. But just for me personally, it didn't work. If you feel opposite, that's great. Again, you can check out Arcades and Love Songs, The Ballad of Walter Day on video on demand on Monday, June 9th. And you can also check it out on Apple Movies to rent it, or rent it on Amazon. So thanks.